Hello, this is Giovanna Fernandez, and I'm presenting the Module 3 final project from the Data Science program at Flatiron School. We are looking at a statistical analysis and hypothesis testing for the Northwind traders database. For our project, we're going to analyze 4 different hypotheses. We want to look at discount versus quantity order. We also want to look if discount generates higher revenue. We want to see if revenue for discounted orders are different depending on the region. And finally, we will also look at employees applying discounts more heavily if they're in fact bringing more revenue for the company. For our first hypothesis, we want to see if discount affects the quantity order, and if so, at what levels. We looked at the data that we have, and we can see that there are 2,147 orders, and one about every 3 orders have a discount applied. With our statistical testing, we could see that, on average, orders with discounts between 5 and 25% are bringing about 6 more products. And we can see that this difference of 6 extra products is statistically significant. So we can say that discount does have an effect on quantity ordered, and that is regardless of the discount level. Furthermore, we want to see if which discount levels have a higher impact on quantity. And with our statistical analysis, we saw that 15% discount is actually what is bringing in a higher impact on quantity, with 6.7 extra products per order on average, followed by 25% with 6.5 extra products on average, and finally 5% with 6.3 more products per order. These 3 levels are the ones that we recommend that have a higher impact and should be applied more frequently than the others. But next, I want to look at discount versus revenue, because I want to see if the increase in quantity was actually having a positive effect on revenue generated, and if so, also at what levels. So I could see that the mean revenue by discount level was $227 more for 5%, whereas where there is a 15% discount, we had on average $12.64 less revenue per order on average. And at 25% discount level, we can observe 72.45 cents extra dollars per order on average. We run our statistical tests, and we could see that only at the 5% discount level, this difference was statistically significant. So our recommendation would be to stick to the 5% discount, which is the one that is in fact bringing a statistical significant difference on our orders. Finally, we want to look at revenue and if the discount orders were behaving differently depending on the region. I grouped the regions so we could have enough data to run our analysis, and we can see that the average revenue per order is higher at the Western Europe region with $661.36, followed by North America, and then Northern and Southern Europe, and finally South and Central America. We run our tests to see if this difference that we can observe is in fact statistically different, or if it's just a random difference. And our conclusion was that there is no statistically significant difference between on revenue among the different regions we're working on. So we can say that revenue is being affected on the same way when there is a discount applied, regardless of the region. Then lastly, we looked at employees who are relying on more discounts on their sales, and to see if they're in fact generating more revenue for the company. We looked at the average discount rate for all our employees, and we can see that on average all employees are applying about 4% of the time a discount to their orders, and the average revenue per order for all of our employees is of $597. We used our data analysis to see that our employee, Mr. Stephen Buchanan, is the one who is using more discounts on his orders. He applies a discount to half of his orders. And we also looked at the revenue generated, and we can see that Mr. N. Dodsworth from the British Isles office is the one who is bringing on average the highest revenue for her orders. However, when we run our tests, we can see that even though Mr. Steven is applying more discounts than the other employees, there is no statistically significant difference between average revenue per order when we compare to the revenue generated by all the other employees. So this means that even though he's using this tool the most, it's not in fact bringing higher revenue. With that, our recommendations and insights would go, when we talk about discount level, to try to stick to 5% since it already has a positive effect both on product quantity and especially on revenue. We can be confident that this tool, this static, works perfectly for our regions. There's no difference when we look at discount and revenue for the different regions. They're working regardless of where the orders are from. And we would also recommend the company to try to look at other tactics for sales besides discount. Since when we look at the employee who is using more discounts, that is not in fact bringing extra revenue. It's a useful tool, as we can see by the other tests, but it's not the only one that we could be using to bring more revenue for the company. I thank you for your attention, and I'm open to any questions. Thank you.